Look, what's down, you hear me? Look, man, today I'm gonna walk y'all through a little simple pull down, man. By the way, all my sessions is fasted, bro. I do not eat. I think the last time I ate before my workout it was like 5:30, 6 p.m., the previous day, you hear me? But my first little movement, of course, was pull-ups. Some use it as a warm-up or as a finisher. But it's my bread and butter, you know what I mean? I usually start with about 1 or 2 sets of 10 through 12. Then I move on to my weighted variations. Most days I could run like 2 sets weighted for about 8 to 10, truly depending on how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how many carbs I had the day before, or if I got the proper amount of sleep, all that like that. But I still give it my all, you know what I'm saying? So, as you can see right here, dog, it's like the last 3, 4 reps, I really go into the tank to get them out, you know what I mean? And like I said, I do 2 sets of that depth. And then finally, I always finish it off with a body weight, dog. For semi-failure. I don't necessarily go all the way to failure. That's just like my little finisher, you know what I'm saying? Pull-ups or dips, I always hit a body weight after I go heavy. I'll, do it just kind of like to just finish it off, you know what I'm saying? I leave like 1 or 2 in the tank because I still got a whole workout to do. Next on the menu, bro, was an alternative to the barbell rules. I don't know what happened, but like the squat racks was filled up. I ain't really feel like taking over the bench, you know what I'm saying? So, switching between barbell and cables is something recently I started doing. Technically, it's literally the same movement, bro, but the tension definitely feels different. I can't go as heavy with the cables because of the constant tension. I don't know what it meant, and I think it's because I'm sitting up, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting upright. But started with the overhand, of course. You know what I'm saying? Overhand hits like the Ryan boys, the upper back. It hits the last two, but I love incorporating overhand and underhand. So that's why I do a lot more sets than normal. I do probably 6, 3, and 3. But the underhand really targets that lower lat. And as you can see, them red delts come into effect too, you know what I'm saying? I was gassed. Bro, but I ain't gonna lie, some my playlist lately, bro, I'm gonna have to drop my playlist. Like, I don't really change it up too much. I used to listen to a lot of the same stuff everybody else do, but man, this here dog, the red delt roll, I know a lot of people like to do a fly, but think about how you naturally move in life. You don't really do fly movements. It's mostly like a row or pull. Your arm, your elbows are bent, you feel me? But man, I love this movement right here, bro. I love this movement. Crazy shit is, I probably could go a lot heavier, but what I've been noticing is volume actually makes me grow. So mainly we've been doing 5 for 5 per compounds, but today was volume. I miss doing volume. I miss just going dumb with the sets and reps, you know what I mean? And then that was supersetted with a variation of a pullover. All of the cables was filled up. I also see they used to have a machine at one of my old gyms, and I wasn't trying to do close grip with the dumbbell. So I wanted to kind of do a wide with my elbows flared out to hit more of the lats instead of my chest. So we just changed it up today, did it with a barbell, you know what I'm saying? Man, I suggest y'all definitely try that, you hear me? Of course, next, you know what I'm saying, we didn't already tap the back and the shoulders a little bit, so now we're going straight into the bicep curl. I was watching my dog Merc on YouTube, and I noticed, like, doing them one arm at a time, you definitely get a better pump. You get a way better mind-muscle connection. You know what I'm saying? It feels so much better, bro. I think with these, my top set, I don't think I got it, but my top set was like with the 40s, I think. Of course, we got hammers next, bro. I used to do a lot of cable hammers, and I have nothing against cables, bro. I have nothing against it. But lately, we've been sticking to nothing but dumbbells, barbells, trying to get away from the mindset of, like, you know what I'm saying? Because not every time you ain't going, I'm not sitting there waiting on no machine, bro. You feel me? So I'm gonna just go straight into it. That's why I say I really want to build my own gym. That's where my mind been at lately. It's building my own gym at the crib, so I ain't got to worry about, missing machines and all that. But look at my son Ken in the back, yeah. But of course, we had to go heavy with the 50s. I've done 70s recently, but not for reps though, bro. Like I said, today was a volume day, so I definitely wanted to get it in. But man, it felt good to get back in there and just hit some volume, bro. I don't know. My current body weight, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really pay attention. I just go off of how I feel and how I look. I don't really worry about standing on no scale. I ain't standing on no stage or nothing like that, Just an everyday person, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm an everyday go-getter like everybody else, bro. But I'm telling y'all could do it. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Workout was decent, of course. After that, we right into the sauna, dog. So I alternate between the sauna, cardio, and yoga. Today was, of course, the sauna. So I do about 15 to 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And then after that shit, we rock it out. That really be the end of it. As you can see, like I said, bro, like everything I did was, of course, I'm fasting. I only eat 1 meal a day, bro. I promise you. I'm not going to tell y'all to change on what y'all do, but I eat 1 meal a day. I'm never going to change it. I've probably been doing it for about 3-4 years now consistently. Every night and I eat a little bit more. But, man, I'm telling you, bro, look at that. Living proof, you heard me? 1 meal a day works, man. Allow yourself to rest. What I mean by rest is you can work out 7 days a week. You can. But allow yourself to be still at some points throughout the day. If you're going to work out 7 days a week, you need minimal, you know what I'm saying? Minimal 8 hours of sleep. If you're going to work out 7 days a week. Allow those days where you're not doing nothing. Allow yourself to go for a nice little brisk walk. And I ain't talking about doing cardio. That shit don't count. I'm talking about go for a nice walk. Sit outside. Be in nature. Discipline without space leads to self-destruction. Simple and plain. Work hard. But allow them fruits, you know what I'm saying? Allow the fruits to be enjoyed. You done planted the seeds, you done watered it, you done groom the soil and all that. In order for a plant, tree, flower, whatever it is to grow, it's that moment of stillness. It's that moment of stillness where you give it space, time, and opportunity that grow. Treat yourself like a plant, dog.